understanding myself, being able to see my negative and positives and use my positives, to be able to see if there's things like anger that come in, and if there is, then the control issues that are linked with that and deal with that. Here's another one: attachment. And even the word itself is sometimes not fully understood. People will say, but how can you live in the world without attachment? How can you have a family and not be attached? And yet, spirituality teaches me that there's a difference between attachment, detachment. There's a difference between claiming someone else and holding on to them in a possessive way, and knowing that I can only be an observer. I can't intervene in somebody else's life, but I can be an observer. And because I can be an observer, then what I'm going to be able to do is to be able to maybe have a chat and talk about it and see how we can resolve it. Can I have a chat with myself? I see attachment in another is causing them great pain because they're missing them, they're not able to be with them. It's really, really hard. And the other individual to whom they are attached, they seem to be managing. But my attachment is getting worse and worse. I really am finding it so painful. And so somebody who's an observer will be able to see this and speak to me about it. But maybe there is nobody who can speak about it to me. But can I ask myself the question, what does love actually mean? And the answer that comes to me is that love is the ability to give happiness and respect to others. And in that relationship, then, there's a flow of the energy of pure love. Surely, if there is love, then there's no pain involved in that. So where is this pain coming from? The other person isn't doing anything. But the pain that I'm experiencing is my own inner pain that I have created for myself. It is self-inflicted. It's nobody else's fault. I didn't understand the difference between possessiveness and claiming all rights over another soul, which I can never do, but I thought it was possible. I thought I could claim the right over their life and govern them and decide for them and do everything for them. And that's my attachment and control. But it's definitely not love. So can I come to that experience of love from the divine? There's a lovely image in front of you, which is the image of light. And it's an image for the divine, and it's an image that has been used traditionally all over the world. Can I connect with the source of light and love and be able to take that into myself and feel completely content and comfortable? And also what I can do is to take that love and share it with many, many, many others. I don't know how many others, but that energy will flow and it will reach wherever there's a need for it. And the ones who I was attached to, can I give them God's love in that way? Instead of thinking I have to give them love, can I think, well, what can I do to help God in his task of giving love to everyone? And so let me be a help in God's task and learn how to be able to give love. And if I can do this, then yes, definitely, I'll begin to see the difference between love and attachment and the dangers of attachment and the pain it causes. And I'll gradually move away from it. There's a spiritual purpose behind everything that happens, especially if you're on a spiritual journey. And so to take a moment and take a pause and then to say, well, what is the lesson in this for me? Is a very good practice to develop. And not just at the end of the day, but I would recommend that here's another one that might be a bit difficult to digest for some, but I know many of you are doing it already. And that is, can I really, truly just be love that is one of giving and not demand anything in return, because all my needs are being fulfilled from the one above. When I can fill myself with all that I need from the source, I don't need anything from anyone else. Yes, I'm not an island, there will be interaction, but there's a big difference in interacting with others from a space of being able to give, rather than a space of being needy and wanting to take from them. And so self-management means to be a giver rather than a taker. Then yes, as is the benefactor, the supreme, the divine, I too am able to follow in the footsteps of that supreme and also be one who can be a giver, a donor, a benefactor for all. Let's take the next few the next few minutes that still remain to have a little bit of reflection. And I'll speak my thoughts aloud, and you can see if you want to follow those ideas with those in your own mind. Going inside, I ask myself, who am I? And definitely I know I am that inner being. I am that inner being that is filled with truth. That inner being who's connecting with the divine source. And so I'm filled with that purest power that comes from the divine. In this awareness of the love, the peace, the power, can I come to that state where I feel full and content? in the state of fulfillment. I'm totally content. I am free. When I do feel full and complete, then yes, I can manage myself very well. No explosions, no reactions, no backtracking, no irresponsibility, no unaccountability. All of those things then belong to the past. And I'm in this condition where I'm able to give. A leader has to be able to give rather than take. If a leader begins to take, things go topsy-turvy and haywire very quickly, because they're in that position where they can take, and it could be very dangerous what it is they're taking, how much is it they're taking. But, and I'm talking about the world out there, but also in terms of self-managing leadership, the same things apply. If I'm not doing it for the benefit of all and is for selfish motives, probably it won't come to materialize. I won't be able to see the success that it deserves. But whatever, let me keep my heart, my mind very, very clean and pure.